Hello record collectors, hello friends. I'm back to do an Acid Archive Diaries video. It was quite some time since I did one, and for those of you who don't know the Acid Archive Diaries, it is a thread in the vinyl community that was started by Dom from Seeking a Thread. And the concept for the thread is that you show one album from this book. The book is called The Acid Archives, and it's a book filled with reviews of private pressings from America and Canada, and underground LPs and psychedelic LPs and stuff like that. The concept is really simple. One album per video from the book. And this thread is actually the reason why I started my YouTube channel almost a year ago. I saw this thread and I thought it was really cool, and I love and I have many Acid Archives records, so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try. So that was the start of this YouTube channel. I did a couple of Acid Archive Diaries, then I started to do other stuff and not forgot about it, but I want to do many things, so I did some other videos. But now I'm back to do an Acid Archive, focused on Acid Archives. Yes. So today I picked out an album from Canada, my favorite country in the world right now. I don't want to get too political here, but I must say that the way you stand up for yourself when you get all these threats from dictator orange blob down south, it's really impressive, and I'm with you and my elbows are up for Canada. So therefore, and also to keep this Acid Archive Diaries thread alive, I have chosen an album from Canada, and it's of course the Perth County Conspiracy. This fantastic psychedelic folk album released early 1971. Perth County Conspiracy, they were like based around two guys, as you can see on the front cover, Cedric Smith and Richard Keelan. So they formed this band Perth County Conspiracy together with like a rotating lineup of musicians, that almost like a little hippie collective thing. And they played psychedelic folk, psychedelic music, or sometimes a little bit acid folk, and sometimes a little bit more into singer-songwriter music. And this is their second release. Or not even a release, because it was never released in public. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, but just a couple of months before they released this album, they had released their debut album on Columbia. It looks like this. It's the Perth County Conspiracy Does Not Exist. And it was released on Columbia with this 2i label in a gatefold cover. It's like this. And so this is their proper major label debut. But this LP was recorded exclusively for the Canadian radio by Canadian Broadcast Corporation, CBC in Canada. So they recorded this LP live in the studio and pressed it and distributed to radio channels all around Canada for airplay. And as you can see here on my cover, this is a property of CBC Vancouver. It has a sticker there, and also on the back it's the same sticker. And the labels, they look like this, also with these radio stickers on. But even though it was just for radio airplay, they took the time to print proper album covers. This is a fantastic album cover, I think. Lovely cover here. And on the back we have some cool stuff here. Especially up here, it's a ticket for a Stratford festival, the Black Swan. I think it was a place where they used to play. And also there's up here, it's a recipe for a rhubarb pie. So if you want to like bake a pie and eat, this is the perfect music to to listen to. And mine has also a stamp that says March 1971. And I think it was pressed in February, so this is probably one of the copies that was sent to Vancouver for airplay. So what is this? I've said that they were like a folk-psych duo, but this LP, compared to their debut LP on Columbia, is more sparse. It's mainly acoustic guitars, 2 acoustic guitars and their harmony vocal singing. Sometimes it's a little bit of percussion or bongos or hand drums. Sometimes a little bit of electric guitar, and actually one song has piano. So this has like kind of a sparse arrangement, but still something between like folk and singer-songwriter, and some of the songs are really psychedelic and trippy here. This wasn't pressed in many copies. I think it was pressed in around a couple of hundred copies. I would guess like 400 or 500 copies or so. So it's very rare and kind of sought after. Mostly they wrote their own songs, like Keelan wrote his songs and Smith wrote his songs. But this is a collaboration apparently called Take Your Time. That is like a very relaxed, almost a little bit trippy kind of song with great vocal arrangements between their 2 voices. One of the highlights on the LP.
All together now, one by one, we'll follow the road of the morning sun. If you take your time, take your time, take your time, take your time, hurry up and wait, take your time.
Another great song is called So Many Things. It's on the B-side, written by Cedric Smith. And it's a perfect acid folk song with a flute that is really trippy. Reminds me of Incredible String Band or Dr. Strangely Strange, or these kind of really hippie folk music. And I just love that flute. It gives it such a like trippy psyche vibe that I absolutely love. And the guitar playing, the finger picking style is very like Donovan-esque here, and yeah, it's one of the highlights for me.
If I went drifting with the undertow, would I find out things that I don't already know? So many things worth believing, even more totally deceiving.
Another great song is Woman for All Seasons. More of a classic singer-songwriter with poetic lyrics.
Dawn caresses her cheek so lightly. The sun believes her, my friend. The sun believes her, forgetting why I reach to touch her. I shan't deceive her, my friend.
None of the tracks on this album appeared on their debut on Columbia, but they included some covers here. They played Donovan, Hurdy-Gurdy Man, that they did like an almost like a Buddhist chant meditation kind of version of. That's actually pretty cool. And they did a cover of Bob Dylan, I Shall Be Released. Of course, a lovely song, but their cover is nothing special in my opinion. And they did a cover of a song called If You Can Want by Smokey Robinson. And that song is a really great cover. because when you do a cover, you shouldn't like try to imitate the original. I think you should try to do your own version. And in this case, I listened to the Smokey Robinson, and that is more like a Curtis Mayfield kind of soul stuff song. So they took a contemporary song and they turned it into their kind of acoustic singer-songwriter folk style.
That if you can want, you can need, and if you can need, you can care, if you can care. But if you can want, you can need, if you can need, you can care, if you can care, you can love. So whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Now this may take some time, and if time was my...
So that was the cover of If You Can Want, a cover by Smokey Robinson. Actually misspelled on the cover. If You Can't Wait is here on the label. The last one I'm gonna play is a song called Lace and Cowbells, also written by Cedric Smith. That to me reminds me a little bit of Perth Before Swine and Tom Rapp, and this really great light psych singer-songwriter music that I absolutely love.
In a lace and cobweb sky, her hair and summer larks do fly. Perhaps you needed first to cry to follow the sun-bronzed dragonfly. But I know I'm not the only one to know the glories of the sun. I know.
Perth County Conspiracy, a really rare one, pressed up for radio play and distributed in Canada to the radio stations. This copy turned up on eBay many years ago, I guess over 10 years ago, before it was reissued and everything. Okay, let's see what the book has to say about it. This is a review written by Patrick Lundborg himself, and Perth County Conspiracy, Stratford, Canada, 1970. Actually, it was released early 1971, but recorded 1970. Rarity scale 4, a pretty rare one. This previously undocumented album was recorded for Canada Broadcast's transcription service to be distributed to the network's local affiliates for airplay. It was never commercially released, and not many copies were pressed up. The band had only existed for 4 to 5 months and barely had enough songs to make up an album, but filled the 40-minute slot by adding covers of Hurdy-Gurdy Man and Smokey Robinson's If You Can Want. Good as these covers versions are, it's the original material that shows, already at this stage, the special quality, maturity and self-confidence of Perth County Conspiracy Band. Using light backing and occasional ornaments from the group's hangarounds, the guitar and vocal interplay between the main duo is superb, with Richard Keelan's light melodic voice mirrored perfectly by Cedric Smith's dark, slightly theatrical counterpart. Stylistically, the album finds the band in a transition from 60s folk rock to 70s singer-songwriter. Parts also have mystical psychedelic overtones, an attractive element that would carry on to the band's real debut on Columbia. For all its talent and atmosphere, the CBC album is less extravagant than what would follow, but any fan of the band would be delighted by it. So that was from the book, written by Patrick Lundborg. It's a really great LP, but I think their debut on Columbia is even better. That one is more like more produced and more well sequenced, if you say that. They have incorporated a lot of like sound effects and poetry between the songs that gives the whole album kind of a journey, and a really trippy journey. And I absolutely love that. I'm gonna show it again. This one is a fantastic album. I highly recommend it. It's not as expensive as the other one, so I highly recommend you to pick up this copy. It is a brilliant psychedelic folk album. But this is the rarer one, and I'm really glad that I have it in my collection. So thanks everyone for watching today. This is my little entry to the Acid Archive Diaries thread. And Dom has created a playlist with all the entries to this Acid Archive, and I think it's around 150 entries or so. So if you're thinking about starting your YouTube channel in the vinyl community, just pick up your phone and pick an album from the Acid Archives and show it to us. The goal is to cover every single LP in this book. We need a lifetime to do it, but could be done if we all pitch in. I also want to thank all the new subscribers. I've now reached 1,500 subscribers, and that is pretty awesome. So thank you very much for tuning into this channel. So until next time, take care out there and elbows up.